so now we're going to do a little introduction to the hook method. That's what we're going to call it. Got two examples here of two very popular, well-known products. You know them as 3M command hooks. And we use these command strips that they come with. These are just a couple of options that you have. Feel free to pick any variation of a theme, but we're going to put these in the window. We're going to show you two different ways to put them in, and then we're going to show you how to connect the straps that these things come with. All right, so we did the tedious part. I showed you the hooks that you have to choose from. Those are just a couple of choices. I'm going to show you how I installed them. In the case of the metal hook, I put this down on the side frame here, and I did it so that when this is inflated, the pull is going to be up and against the hook, and if they start to fall, then gravity will hold onto the hook. Do it however you want. This one up here, this is kind of a cool little hook actually. It's got this locking mechanism. If you just push this up, it locks in, it engages, and it's kind of got a little safety. It doesn't want to come undone. So very cool little hook. We're going to come back here, and I'm going to show you what that looks like with the actual air wall exhaust. This is the exhaust one, our medium-sized window unit. We showed you the mini earlier. It has the same configuration, which are hooks here with these little nice little slide locks, and they're in all four corners. Okay, here and here as well. Now I'm going to show you how they work. So the hooks that I put in and showed you are already in place. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring this up. We're going to go up here. You're going to put it on this little hook, this little style here. You have this little lock, so you engage it and then just cinch it down with your little slide lock right there. Now this one down here, a little bit different. We use a different style hook. Use whatever your hardware store may have or whichever one you're most comfortable using. I kind of like the first one, but these work just as well. Then you're gonna put this in here. Same thing as before. Cinch it down. You're good to go. Over here, I'll spare you the imagery. It's gonna be a little tight. So, basically what we're showing you is that you can hang this in the window. You don't need to. When it's inflated, the pressure will do that for you really, really well. There's a couple scenarios where we think the hooks may be helpful. If you have really strong gusty winds, potentially, or if you have any risk of power failure, where the window unit would then fall out, or if there was any reason that you might foresee to shut the system down on occasion, every time would require you replacing this. In this case, it's here, it's waiting for you. That's it. I am going to show you now how to support one of our units in a window, not using a hook and not just using the air inflation. Basically, the way we're going to do it, and we're using PVC on this one, and you'll get the idea as we move forward here. You could also just as easily use scrap wood, anything you have around on the job site. All you need is a little power saw and do your thing. This is actually probably the strongest way to do it. It just requires a little more fabrication. That's up to you. Our whole thing is here, we want you to have options when you're doing all this stuff. So this is just one way to do it. So this is how it works. These hooks here, just like on the other units, are right here in the corners. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these hooks to engage the top. You can see this piece of PVC has a little groove, right? And what that does is that fits the cord there, right there like that, and then this cord as well, like that, okay? And then what I do with this is I made it just a little bit bigger than the window frame, just a smidge, so it's got that compression kind of fit, okay? So I'm gonna put that one on that side, and I'm gonna do the other one on this side. And you don't even have to connect both top and bottom, just one would do. But if you really want it to stay in there, that's the best way to do it. Like I said, this is probably the most secure way. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it, okay? So I've got it connected to 2 loops, and I'm gonna set it into the track here. I'm gonna put the top in first. You can do the bottom, it's just I'm more comfortable doing the top. But you can set it in here to the corner, get it that kind of an angle, and then you're just gonna push. And it's locked in place, okay? See that? Perfect. Now the other side, same basic concept, okay? I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna put it at a slight angle, all right? And when I get to where I want it to be, I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna push it in position. And now, I have a firm connection. It is not coming out of there at all. Windstorm, power failure, nothing. It's in there for good. Until you want it out. Cool. A little more fabrication, but could be worth the effort. Thanks.